Hi guys, still do gratius. I still have more and more to share. This time it is going to be a ministry afterlife. People have complained in the like God have gotten power to heal. I can see your visions to international level. You can be know what is in America, what is in Brussels, what's up in New York, what's up in Tripoli. True, that's real, but God's plans are very complicated. He's even failed to be known by the great angels, the archangels. He owns the plan, he himself, for his lambs, for his people. I've always urged people, there's some encouraging story that says that one day a man, it's like suddenly like the kingdom of heaven is like a man who found a treasure in the land. When he found treasure in the land, he hid it again from where it was. He just dug a hole and hid it in that same land. He went home and sold all what he had and bought that land. That was an invocation. It's something that's very hard to understand, but on interpreting it, it says that the kingdom of heaven has nothing you can ever equate it to on earth. He sold what he had to be able to buy that land. So you may neglect anything that you have on earth, but to seek God genuinely, he says, seek him first and all will be added unto you. He can write your story. He can write that story that Satan has stolen and is broken up into pieces. He's broken your heart into pieces, but then God can build it again. He can write your love story. You can get a true pattern again. You can cover up to know that not all men are bad like you think, that not all women are bad like you think. So things can get better. And the story of saints comes in like that. Those who have fasted for life, praying, dedicating themselves, but then their reward is in heaven. When many people are like, how then does the saint come in my seeking God? A saint is one of those who have been rewarded afterlife. They dedicated themselves. He can go in between. He can be able. That, for example, I can talk about is like a lawyer when you are in court. A lawyer, they say that you've done something wrong, and the lawyer says no. He might have made a mistake. He might have done this. So a saint is like a lawyer. At that time, when you're doing something, when they want to give you something, so they first see you up. So that's where saints come in. They are awarded afterlife. Then the other thing is the others training for their afterlife ministry. Yeah, there are those who are working and they hope to get reward. But I've always shared up with my friends and like heavenly reward is the best of all. You might get things here on earth, but then you'll be left down here. But heavenly reward is great. It's great of all. And I've always urged up my friends that coming closer to God is one of the greatest victories and discoveries man can ever get, because you know yourself the more, you know the greatness of God and all what you reward him is to talk about his great name, to preach the gospel, because that's the only reward you can ever give him. But then I urge genuine seekers that being rewarded after life is not bad. It's a good life. Though we are in the flesh, we see it right away. And the other says, I want money, I want to drive, but that heavenly reward is so great. Then God's reward in the soul realm. Very many people have two gotten dreams whereby they're being rewarded, they're being crowned, they're being respected spiritually, but then when they come out physically, they just strive hard, they get something to survive as they carry on with seeking God. That's too not bad. That person's victory can be in heaven. You can be going to be rewarded up in heaven and be a great one. You just have to pray. That work is for the Holy Spirit to strengthen us on earth, to be able to carry on, to go through the dark era and teach our fellows to know God more and more. Bwenzira ku Lukanda badde njogera ku butume obw'abantu, obutume obuli mu bantu. Bantu bangi bafunye awards mu nsi muno. Oli n'akola omulimu oba ne yeezuula, Katonda n'amuwa ssente, n'azimba amayumba, n'abeera eri kyakulabirako eri famire ye, naye te obutafuna abasinga bakitwala kibi. Katonda oba n'akwayo ssente ntini oba ne bagabirira, abasinga babagabirira. Oli n'agamba abaana bo nja basomesa, nja kuzimbira ennyumba, nja kugulira emmotoka. Bw'onooba oba ogenda ebweru ku butume nga Katonda olina ky'otwalayo, passport nja kuba nzikukolera, naye ate n'atakwata ssente. Kintu ekyo ndowooza abasinga mukiraba. N'ataba na budde bukwata ssente oba okuzibala mbu wakawunti buliko miliyoni weziti, naye ate tabula kyakulya, ayambala, akola buli kimu. Abasinga okuddibwamu kwabwe oba omusasula, abasinga Katonda yakitegeka eri mu ggulu nga si kya wansi, ng'ekitiibwa kyakyo tosobola kigeraageranya n'ebintu bya wansi wano. Kiba kiri eri mu ggulu, Katonda tasobola muwa eno wansi ku ddaala ly'aba aliwo, kyaba agenda omuwaamu kuyigiriza abantu obaleeta okumpi, kubassaamu amaanyi, kusaba, kusiiba, abakoze omulimu gw'amaanyi. Ate awo basentisi we bayingiramu awo. Abasinga ne bagamba ati kati senti Katonda aba yamuwa, kuba abasinga abasentisi obulamu bwabwe ku nsi baba basaba, basiiba, ate eri Katonda aba yamuwa awaadi ye. Bw'avudde eno wansi kati aba w'amaanyi, abanga looya wo eri mu ggulu oba olina ky'osaba oba mulina omulimu gw'omukola eno wansi. So okuddibwamu eri mu ggulu si kibi, yadde tuba mu mubiri, emibiri gyaffe giba minafu. Olowooza n'ogamba njagala nkwateko ka ssente, njagala nfuke ku mmotoka bweti, njagala nzimbeko ennyumba bweti, naye ekitiibwa kyo ky'oba okoledde oba tosa kigeraganya n'eno. Oba olaba visions nga bakuwa eri, oba obeera nga bakings eri mu vision ng'olaba bakuwa crown, bakuwa amaanyi, bakuwa respect, naye ng'eno tebinaba kufuluma. Kati mulimu abatume nga awaadi ze zijja baweebwa nga bavudde eno mu bulamu bw'ensi, naye nga wadde bawonya abasaba balaba. Bwengaluka lunyolo mbaire nimbaza hali emirimu ya Mukama, abakuheereza Mukama, hali abaheereza abamu baloota ebirooto Mukama bahaire baturukire, baitu ne batakwatawo ssente. Ojja kwesanga mu kusaba oli n'agamba abaana bawo nja abaheerera, passport nja azikusalira gano, ogenda aheeru, transport nagulira emmotoka, amataka ne bagakuha, baitu oli natafuna kyansi ekwatawo ssente, lundi yazindaga. Ate abamu oba okozire omulimu ogarukwamu okundi okuyinga okuhingwiro, abandi Mukama byakuteekaniiza haiguru okwo, ekitiinisa kyabwe kitalina kuba nikikangira hansi honka, baitu kiri ky'omwiguru okwo. Kyonka taba obuceke bw'omubiri abandi airalikiira, no nagamba tunanka katalina ssente kusikira amaani ge hakitiinisa ki kyo kitwala. Ogwo nigwo mulimu gwamu emikiriire, akugumya n'akwegesa nti ojagarukwamu mwiguru ekyawe kiri omwiguru, ansi kuno osigala n'obawo n'olugamu eno ensi. Baitu kyamaani muno teekamu amaanyi kwegesa abato guli musinge gw'eklezia, musinge gw'obuheereza. I remain Gratius. We shall be sharing more and more.